And good Saturday morning to you. Welcome to WFMJ Weekend today. The calm before the storm. You always hear it, but it is very calm outside right now.
Quite literally today, yeah.
Exactly. The valley bracing for a big winter blast. It is closing in on our area, arriving later today, and you probably made some preparations of your own at home, and you're not alone doing that. A lot of us are doing that at home. Actually saw some plows parked and waiting on 76 and 680 driving in today, and they're just kind of hanging out like, okay, we're ready for you.
Exactly.
And they will certainly have a challenging job ahead. Another concern during this heavy snowfall could be keeping your heat and lights on. First Energy crews, they'll have extra crews ready just in case power outages hit our area later tonight. The combination of wind and heavy snow could bring down power lines, but it also helps to be prepared just in case with a winter storm supply kit. The Red Cross recommends having a gallon of water per person, enough for at least 3 days straight, at least the 3-day supply of non-perishable food, as well as a manual can opener. Also, do not forget flashlights and medication just in case you take any, and remember to check on your elderly neighbors if you have any. A body found on Youngstown's south side is identified as a man missing since last year. Well, an emotional day in the courtroom Friday for the family of murder victim Carl Herrig as his friends testified about plans that he made to move forward with his life. Michelle Nix says the prosecution has now rested its case, and the coroner talked about the impact of the bullets the victim likely never saw coming. An explosive new report claims President Trump told his former attorney to lie to Congress about their business deal in Russia. The White House slamming that report, saying that the man behind it is a liar. Tracy Potts has more this morning from Capitol Hill. Trumbull County commissioners joined UAW members in downtown Detroit at the Hart Plaza for a vigil. The group wanting to show support Friday night for auto workers facing an uncertain future right now. Michigan's lieutenant governor shared a message of sticking together and demanding accountability from the company impacting their lives. And definitely seeing wall-to-wall coverage here on 21 News about that all week long. And I saw the governor's remarks, and you know, it sounds like he's at least trying to have a conversation with them, though he still says no promises.
Yeah.
Well, are you thinking the shovel might not get it done this weekend? With today's heavy snow expected and plenty of winter left, it might be a good time to think about a snowblower. Janet Rogers went to DuCut to look at your options. Yeah, you're going to have to be really patient if you're behind the wheel with this one. A lot of drivers want to make sure their cars are ready in case they still have to head out. I just put some windshield wiper fluid in my car. Melina Spaiva is live in Youngstown with more tips on what you can do to get ready.
So this is just the beginning.
Yep. We're going to catch up on those snow totals real quick.
A gorgeous Saturday is on the way.
Absolutely. Are you excited? I mean, this is the next day, second day in a row that we have to take advantage of some fresh air. I'm ready.
I like the winter hiatus.
Yeah.
It's just like it forgot to snow for the last month.
It's okay. We won't remind Mother Nature. Maybe she's just forgetful right now. But, you know, I did probe Chris about this, and he's going to have a little bit more coming up in the forecast. Hopefully we have a easy winter ahead. Days or years. It is still unclear how long it will take to solve this budget standoff that has left much of the government closed for the past 2 weeks. Here at home, more than 300 law enforcement officers working at a federal correction institution down in Columbiana say they won't get a paycheck Friday if the shutdown continues. The president of the American Federation of Government Employees Local 607 tells us a lawsuit is already filed against the government based on the Fair Labor Standards Act. That's because the officers are required to show up to work. And in some cases, they are even working overtime during the shutdown without pay. Workers say the shutdown won't just hurt their families, but our local economy as well, because they won't have any money to spend on anything else. Now, despite the shutdown, December was a good month when it came to job creation. The Labor Department reports U.S. businesses added 312,000 jobs last month. In national news now, 3 people were killed, 4 others injured after shots rang out in a California bowling alley last night. You can see the video of the scene. Multiple victims found with gunshot wounds inside the Gable House Bowl around midnight. Witnesses here say it all stemmed from a fight between 2 large groups of people. That's what they know right now. Police say 3 men died at the scene. 4 others were injured and taken to a hospital. Tuesday, 50 degrees.
I know, right?
Oh, I never thought I'd have stroller-friendly weather this time of year. I'll take what I can get.
Oh, yeah.
Well, still ahead, we are checking in with Melina at Wild Birds Unlimited out in Boardman. An Austintown man is arrested after allegedly punching the mother of his child while she was holding their 6-month-old child. 21-year-old Tremont Dukes is charged with child endangering and domestic violence. The victim tells police the two were fighting over car damages after she claims that Dukes poured sugar into the gas tank. She says he began hitting her while she was holding holding that child. Well, it turns out more Americans think they have a food allergy when in reality, they don't. We're going to keep you updated throughout the morning hours. It is evolving. We have team coverage right now when it comes to tracking what is left of this storm and how it's affecting our local roads. We're all Northeast Ohio natives and Valley natives here, so we're no strangers to the snow. But let's start with Chris Serenelli. Is this system almost out of here? President Trump signs a bill to reopen the government for 3 weeks while talks on border security continue. More local news now. A family is without a home this morning after it was destroyed by a fire in Newcastle. It started at about 2:30 Saturday afternoon here on South Jefferson Street in Newcastle, and you can see the flames shooting out of the upstairs windows. Firefighters had to use chainsaws to cut down trees right in front of this house for better access. No one was home at the time. The homeowner says she's only lived there a few months and has no insurance on the house. The Red Cross is stepping in to help. In Struthers, another fire caused heavy damage to this house on West Wilson Street. You can see the smoke billowing from an upstairs window at about 8 o'clock Saturday morning. No one was hurt at the time or home. Still no word on a cause here. We have breaking news to get to this hour out of Trumbull County, where multiple crews are now on the scene of what is believed to be a house fire. The police want your help finding a man that they think robbed 2 Subway restaurants this week near Youngstown. Investigators tell us the Subway on Belmont Avenue in Liberty was robbed around 3 o'clock Thursday afternoon. 2017 was the year of social media, from Facebook dealing with the fallout of fake news scandals of 2016 to Twitter experiencing a bit of a resurgence thanks to President Trump's daily usage of the platform. Here to talk about it all and some of the biggest stories of the year is the chair of YSU's Communications Department, Dr. Adam Earnhardt. Thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're excited to ring in the new year, but we're going to look back to it at the same time. And one of those things that we couldn't ignore, I interviewed you probably 3 times this year, was about something that surrounded social media. So I guess what were some of the biggest trends that we saw this year online? Welcome back, 9:01 here on your Saturday morning. More news now. A Boardman ice rink under new ownership is getting a much-needed facelift by the families who use it most. And Friday night was a special evening at the Cavelli Center where Star Wars fans joined forces to help local children. Kids came to the Phantoms hockey games sporting their best Star Wars costumes for a good cause. A portion of the ticket sales actually benefited Akron Children's Hospital, Mahoning Valley. And the special Star Wars jerseys that the players wore during the game, they were set to be auctioned off to benefit the hospital. Of course, this evening all about the kids, complete with special guests dressed in the authentic Star Wars costumes. I saw some stormtroopers earlier, so they got a variety. After making the decision to replace Kevin Spacey, Ridley Scott reshot his new movie in just 8 days, and now it's in theaters. 21 News movie critic Ty Landis is here with his thoughts on All the Money in the World. Also, you're also reviewing 3 billboards. We have 2 movies today, so let's... Yeah, here we go. 2 for 1. But let's start with All the Money in the World. What is this movie about?
Yeah, so
okay, 2 interesting movies. Maybe you want to check them out, maybe not. Otherwise, Star Wars still an option.
Star Wars and Lady Bird both in theaters.
Okay, wonderful. Thanks for coming in this weekend. We'll have much more on the show when we come back, so stay with us.